everyone, Neen Cohen here. Thank you so much for dropping in. If you're watching live at the Les Fiction Book Club, hi, drop in a comment, say hi. If you're watching later, hi to you too. Or if you're watching from the Hyperactive Bookworm, definitely drop a comment, drop a like. Today we are talking to the amazing Aussie author, G Benson, about her book, The Thing About Tilly. So without further ado, the person you've actually come to listen to, here she is. Hey!
Hello. Hi, anyone who's listening. These things are always so
There might be a bit of a time lag because even though, yes, we're both Aussies, you're actually in Spain, is that correct?
I am, and it took us a while to figure out the time difference as well.
Yes, so sorry if anyone who has been waiting to actually come watch. There was just a bit of a confusion with it all. Someone says hi, but someone stopped and said hi, but they haven't allowed us to see who it is. We might be able to see who it is later. Sorry, I can't give you a shout out right now, but hopefully it will pop up soon. Alrighty, so first things first, and of course it just closed on me. I don't have the paperback because over in Australia, it's really hard to get paperbacks. However,
my mum is constantly annoyed.
Yes.
I'm constantly relieved, personally.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Mum, I can't read my section.
And I don't think it's going to show up.
I can kind of make it out. The postcards there.
The Thing About Tilly. There we go. That's the book we're here to talk about, everyone. So by all means, guys, if you are here, say hi. Let us know where you're watching from and drop in any questions you have as we chat. And we will get to them at some point, or we'll definitely try. Sorry, Australia, it's cold. Asthma, really bad combo.
Not a great combination.
No, it's really not. So I loved this book. It's so Aussie, and I am just blown away by the rhythm of it. That was the first thing that got me straight away. So, oh, yay, they're watching from Hobart. Hello.
Yay. Hi. It's my life these days.
Yeah.
It never gets cold in Queensland. It's true. I mean, the cold in comparison is...
Yeah, the cold here is pathetic, but I'm a Queenslander. I'm the warm-blooded.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's, anything even nearing, anything under 5 and I'm frozen. So
5 is cold, to be fair. 5 is chilly.
Yeah, we've had a few of them lately. It's like it's actually winter or something. It's a big shock to everybody. Anyway, sorry. So, yes, this book. So, in your own words, I'm going to get you to actually just give us a rundown on, because I will go on forever and just describe the whole book. Just for those who haven't read it, can you just give us a quick blurb in your own words of what The Thing About Tilly is about?
I am also really bad at this, as anyone who's ever spoken to me ever knows. The Thing About Tilly is about a group of friends that there's 3 of them, and I would say they're found family more than friends.
Yes.
And they've been friends since university, since they were about 18, 19. In Australia is often when people hit uni. And they're now in their early 30s, and their friendship is kind of all based on a pattern in which one of them, Tilly, often takes up and disappears, with the idea that they accept it and know what's happening, and that she has to kind of check in and let them know that she's alive and gone off for a while. And that's kind of the very start of the book, is this setup of them. And then Evie, after a one-night stand, falls pregnant. And this is kind of the catalyst in the book in which they have to acknowledge the fact that they have been in love with each other since university, and also start kind of having to choose how they want their lives to change and which direction they want to go. And Evie has to start being more selfish with her decisions, which is a really big step for her. And Tilly has to do a lot, to be honest, because the book is called The Thing About Tilly for a reason. I would say that's the book in a nutshell.
Yeah, I love the mystery of it. Like from the first page, you're going, "What the hell is it about Tilly? What is going on?" Which is fantastic. And just
Hi,
showing
Jude.
here, Jude. Hi, watching from France. I'm so glad you could make it.
Hey, someone on my time zone.
Yeah, it's like nearly my bedtime, and you guys are like, "Yeah, it's lunch."
Lunch till 3. I am in Spain. Lunch is a while away still.
Pardon?
It's lunch in Spain is still quite a few hours away. We eat at like 3 o'clock.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love learning about all different cultures, and I'm just stuck here. Well,
they feel the same here though. There is like you eat at 12, but that's how? How do you eat at 12? What about the rest of the day?
that's cool. All right, so I want to know where on earth you got the idea of this book. Where the original, seed kind of germinated.
It's a good question because I am a notorious pantser rather than a plotter. So I often just kind of sit down and just word vomit.
Yep.
But this one, I suppose it kind of came from, I think I started this book, I'm now 33, and I think I was just turning 30 or had just turned 30. And it's this weird age, especially for millennials, because there used to be this idea of what you were achieving by 30. And I felt like some of my friends were getting married and having kids or had already done that and buying houses and settling down, and other friends were still just nowhere nearing wanting to do that or couldn't because money. And it was just a very weird time of life. And I kind of got this idea of, well, what if someone at that age fell pregnant in the queer kind of setting of life as well? Because if you have this idea that accidental pregnancies only happen at a certain age, which is isn't true.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I just kind of played with that. And then I thought I've never written about friends in love, like the friends to lovers trope. And so I just kind of put that together, and then the thing about Tilly was born.
That's so cool. Oh, I love hearing about how other writers actually write, basically. And I've recently heard the term discovery writer. I'm like, I am so adopting that because it sounds so much nicer than pantser. For anyone listening who might not know, in the writing community, there's what people usually call plotter or planner and pantser. Basically, you go, me too. You basically go by the seat of your pants. You just sit down and write. But yeah, I recently heard this term, discovery writer, and I thought, yes, that's me. Sorry, that was kind of tangential, but yeah, I thought that was a lovely term.
Because you kind of discover the plot as you write, and that's definitely what happens to me. Sometimes I'm like, oh, good idea. I'm gonna
So, do you have the plot? Like, I know your discovery, but do you have a sort of idea for the plot, or do you have more a character that goes, I have this character and a vague idea of her and throw her into what they're going to do? Or are your characters more fleshed out and then you kind of put them into trouble?
I think more what I usually have in my head is the trouble. I have a very like a person who is pregnant and is queer as well, because I like that idea, because so often it's, I think now as well as queer society is growing and changing and evolving, as a woman-loving woman can accidentally get pregnant. And it was
absolutely,
it was a fun idea to play with. And so I think it's often more that for me is the trouble of what it is. Like my first book was like someone who didn't want kids ends up with kids, all the little moments. But I had no idea how that happened, where that would happen. I just went, all right, and sat down and started writing.
Let's see how they deal with this. Right. That's fantastic. Hello, Puss.
Yeah. I pre-warned Neen that he would show up. Hi from someone from Madrid, and I think I know who you are, by the way.
Yes. Hi from Madrid. And Jude said you couldn't see me, but I was waving too. Excellent. That's fantastic. And I have to say, one of the things I loved most about the book were the dynamic queer personalities in it. They're, I'm not sure if it's spoiling it if I mention, but you have, you have the bisexual, you have pansexual, you have transgender, and I don't even remember what. Non-binary. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was like, I know that was something else, and now I can't even.
No,
What were they? Yeah.
A big mixed bag of identities in there.
But it's fantastic, and how it's not the story.
Yeah.
Which was really refreshing to read. They all accepted each other for who they were. They all knew who they were. It wasn't about the discovery of their sexualities. It was just part of it. And you discover more about their characters as you go along. It's not, you don't introduce them as, and this is the pansexual character. And that felt really genuine and just very flowed for me. So I just absolutely adored that.
I'm really glad that you like that, because I love coming out stories. I think we all enjoy reading them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But the idea now, like a lot of my friends, I have a big queer circle, and I feel like I'm at a point where a lot of people have settled into their identities and are often still evolving. So writing a book where everyone they knew who they were and that was just who they were, was something I also wanted to do with this.
Yeah. Of course, I love a good coming out story, but sometimes it feels like that. It's not that all books are, but it felt like for a long time that's all there was. There were just the coming out stories, and it's so nice to read that that's not really any part of the story of this. They're all
exactly. It's nice to read a mix of stories now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stories coming out of older queer people and the life they've lived, and
it's just cool. So beautiful.
Everyone
so who was your So who was your favorite character?
This is such a mean question.
I know.
Do they answer
I
this
know.
really
I just like to beat up the characters a little.
Yeah. Clearly.
All right, so you can do it any way you want. Who was the favorite to write, or who was your favorite in the end, or any way you want to think of it? And while you're thinking of it, Anna here says hello from Germany.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, my favorite. I'm going to go with my favorite to write, because that's cheating, because I can't pick favorites.
That's all good.
Probably favorite to write was Sean, because I loved writing his little interlude pieces in which he was so exasperated with the two of them. It was a lot of fun to go out of the heaviness and the angst that is Evie and Tilly. And I am aware that I wrote very angsty books, people, don't worry. But he was such a...
Yeah, sorry.
No, go.
You did, but there was so much, just these spots of humor, and most of them were from Sean, granted. But I loved Sean. I thought he was fantastic, and I almost felt like he was expressing the reader's frustration almost. Like when you're like, oh my...
I'm glad that worked.
Yeah, no, it did, because I was like, oh, thank God someone in this world understands how frustrating these two are right now.
Well,
and it was really...
They're meant to be frustrating, okay.
Yeah, it was really cool.
They were meant to be frustrating. I am aware, don't worry.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you have to have that something happening, you know? So who was your hardest character to write or to get into the head of?
I think it was Tilly, which is difficult because the whole book is about the thing about Tilly. But I love Tilly. She would probably... I'll answer the first question too. She probably is my secret favorite character. But I also... She was the most difficult to write, because writing someone that... Like, everyone runs away sometimes, be it literally or emotionally. But writing someone who actually physically gets up and leaves a place that she feels so connected to with her family and her people, like she does, was really hard to write, because that's not how I am at all. And again, of course, I've ran off sometimes. But so, yeah, I think getting into the headspace of someone who wants to leave what makes her happy was a very hard thing to kind of write, which it comes into, she didn't want to let herself be happy. Mild spoiler, but without spoiling anything. But it was very hard to write that. I found that really difficult at times to get into her headspace. It
was interesting, because anyone not reading it, we'll try not to spoil it all, but no one knows why she runs away. And some other characters discuss their ideas of what it might be, and I felt like I was in on the conversation with them, going, "Oh, or it could be this, or it could be this." I was way off the mark, of course, but
what did you think it was?
Pardon?
What were some of your guesses?
That she, what was it? That she'd accidentally, when they were talking about her family, I thought maybe she'd done something as a kid that had hurt a sibling.
No, it's actually one of the original thoughts that I had for it.
Oh, really? Because I thought
maybe she did something accidentally as a kid.
And I thought that would really,
for anyone that hasn't read the book.
Yeah, but I thought that would really tie into what Evie's job and stuff is as well, if it was something along those lines. So that was where I was sort of going with it. And then well, you definitely wrote that curiosity through it. It was fantastic. Sorry, that's my little man.
Oh, is he okay?
He's a bit sick. That's okay.
Do you need to pause for a bit?
No, he's okay. He's got my partner's there. He's okay. Good. He's the bummer of winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. So that was really cool. I loved the mystery of it, and I have all these notes through the book saying this and the other, like, oh, could this be a point? Could this be a hint? Could this be a hint? And I still didn't get it right.
No, it's fun to know. I think some people had an idea, but it's fun to know that it was not hinted at. It's a hard line to walk when you've got something that's a bit of a mystery. And I know that people hate the miscommunication trope, which I can understand is very frustrating to read, of that. Whereas for me, and everyone reads it differently, for Tilly, it wasn't more of a miscommunication. It was 100% not communication. She did not want to talk about it. And it was a boundary that she had that they respected.
Yeah.
Until she got very frustrated.
I had to actually stop at one point when she says to Sean, and this is quite early on, and she says, something along the lines of, I don't have to give you my trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And that just made me go, oh, that just sums up this whole thing. Like, and there is that expectation that you are supposed to share everything, and it kind of, this book really delves into this whole idea of lines and limits and what is expected and what you're actually comfortable with, and it breaks that and basically throws it in a blender, but in a good way. Yeah, no, in a good way. Like, it, in the end, like, Evie frustrated me because I'm like, just get angry. Like, she does. I love when she does, but it's just like, how can you just sit back and like be like, oh, I don't want to push. Screw that. Push, damn it. Like, but it was so beautifully written. I loved it.
It was a fun time again, was making Evie, because I think human wise, where we want to push, we want to know, especially when you care about someone. So much of Evie's book is because she loves Tilly so deeply on a lot of levels and wants to help her. But I wanted to have that in there of this respect of boundaries, because I think that it is so important sometimes that sometimes we don't want to share a part of ourselves and we're not ready to, and you shouldn't always have to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I really did appreciate that whole element of it. But at the same time, I was just like, just damn well ask, because I need to know. But I found that really fascinating.
Like, maybe I'm taking this too far, but that's what's happening.
No, I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I have to say as well, and I'm probably going to be booed by everyone watching, I actually liked that, spoiler, there is one sort of sex scene. It wasn't step by step. I actually liked the emotions behind it, and that it wasn't every single step. And it was a nice change from
I'm glad.
the you know, I love a good sex scene, don't get me wrong.
We all love
watching but it wasn't about the bits. It was so much more than that. And I loved that it was it was sort of hinted, but yeah, there was just so much passion in it. And I just had to say that because I know a lot of people like the more full-on ones, and I do too. But like I said, it was a really nice change because I think you've done a marvelous job, because I think if it was anything more intense, it wouldn't have really flowed with the rest of the book.
No, and for them, they had such intimacy already. They had
Yes.
intimacy on so many levels except sex. They're basically in a pseudo relationship on and off.
Yes.
12 years. And so for them, sex was much more, sex can be a lot of things, obviously, but for them,
Yes.
it was much more like the next step in them.
What
That was
they
a very,
already had.
that they already had it. Yeah, they had intimacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. That
I
scene
just
kind
thought
of
it was
like that and didn't touch it, basically. I didn't
Oh,
edit
wow.
that. That's one of the only things I didn't like completely butcher afterwards.
Do you have, being a discovery writer or pantser, are you the kind of writer that has just the one file that keeps going over it, or do you have 23 million files by the end?
No, I edit the same one because also I once accidentally saved the wrong file and did a lot of edits, then went back to an old file and lost all the edits because I deleted the old one, and I have never done that again because the agony.
Wow. Sorry, I've just seen Jude's just asked a question.
Hi, Jude.
I'll just read out. That's one of the things I love about Gabby's books. They don't always go the way we expect them to go. That sex scene is a good example. Yes, absolutely. I completely agree, Jude. 100%. I have to say, I also absolutely, my personal favorite character. Okay, they're all my favorite. Yeah, you're right. It's a really mean question, isn't it? An unexpected character who I love and adored was Lynn, Evie's mum. She was just the most divine character, and she was just brilliant. I just thought the world of her, and she was always kind of the one that just sort of, said what they needed to hear.
Yeah.
And the way, every parent's goal should be to make their children blush.
Yeah, basically, both of her children are just mortified by her constantly, and she's like, "What? It's normal."
Yeah.
Beta readers and my editor are the reason that Lynn had such a big role, because her role was much smaller at the start. Because again, I just rushed out my first draft. And then a lot of them said there needs to be more Lynn, and so quite a few scenes are purely from those comments. Yay, beta readers! Yay, editors!
Yay! Yes, that's why we have them. That's why, because writing is such a solitary activity, but I think a lot of readers may not always understand that a book comes out from a team. There's so many people behind it, and the beta readers are the best. They make things so much richer. Sorry.
No,
I'm going off the tangent.
It is so solitary, but then you've got this team around you. Honestly, I think no book would be half of what it is without beta readers, editors, publishers, all the people that end up involved, whether you're self-published or whether you're traditionally published or whatever. Because having made that switch to self-fertility, it's still not without a team. Your team is the only reason your book is what it is.
Yes, no, I 100% agree. I think there's sometimes this assumption that as a self-pubbed author, you're doing it alone, and you're not. You have the same group of, amount of people or type of people around to help bring out the best of your story. And it's just so fabulous. I'm like, go beta readers, because Lynn was just fabulous. If you guys haven't read it, seriously, Lynn is just this divine creature who, she's just fabulous. Everything about it, everything that comes out of her mouth, it's either hilarious or poignant, sometimes both. So it just has this strength, and it just brings deeper world building, which I know might sound weird. Some people kind of look at me strange when I say every book needs world building, no matter what genre it is, because it does. It needs that world of your characters and those lives, and you've done it so beautifully in this book. And let me tell you, as an Aussie, gosh, it was nice to get so much of the Aussie humor and just that feel. And now I really want to visit WA.
Everyone goes to the east. Go to WA. West Australia is the best. West is the best. Sorry. It's just
no.
I think you can also see that I wrote that book. We were just talking, Neen and I, before we started this, that I haven't been home in about 3.5 years, which is largely thanks to the unnamed thing that is happening worldwide. But I poured so much of what I missed into Tilly, and I've heard quite a few people comment on the Australianism of it, and I'm really glad that came out, because I really miss my Aussie home a little bit, especially at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be hard being away from home for so long.
It's been a lot.
The love for Australia is just so prevalent, and I am loving finding more and more sapphic books and queer books that are in Australia, and not just set in Australia, but really Australian ideologies and just Australian language and the Australian scenery and feel, and it's just, oh, yay. We're not just a little lost island.
Published debut book, everybody. Is your recently published debut book. Is it set in Australia?
Yes, it is.
Fantastic.
It's set in Queensland.
In Queens, fantastic. Does Airlie Beach come up?
No. Oh. Sorry. It's set in a small country town.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah.
Everyone go read the book.
Oh, you're too sweet.
Oh. Aussie authors for the win.
Pardon?
Aussie authors for the win.
Absolutely. And there's so many of us. There's so many. I'm discovering there's so many. It's so exciting. Yeah. All right. So do you read a lot? Are you able to read a lot while you're writing?
I read a lot. I read fan fiction more than anything.
Yay!
I often people ask me for lesbic recs, and I don't read a lot of lesbic, and it's not because I don't love it at all. It's just I get my sapphic love in fan fiction, and I have since I was 15. And
that's so cool.
It's just my happy place, and there's just with Archive of Our Own, AO3. There's just such a huge range of stories on there that are phenomenal. So I read a lot of fanfic. Is usually what I'm reading while I'm writing.
Oh, that's so cool. I feel like I've totally missed out on this whole fanfic world, but I'm slowly being introduced to it now, and I'm like, where has this been all my life? Because it's fantastic.
Well, recently with Review, I've done a top 10 recommendation list. If you'd like to, I can send you the link.
Absolutely. And we'll definitely put the link in the comments when we post this up too. Yeah. Yes.
It's a good starting of ones to check out.
Excellent. Oh, yes, definitely. Definitely getting that. So have you read a recent book at all that you would recommend? Doesn't matter what genre or whether it's women loving women.
My biggest rec at the moment, which is all over Facebook, and all over everywhere, is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, because that book is amazing. That's it. That's all you need to know about it. Go read it. And it's queer. Go read it.
It's on my list. And yes, you're right. It is everywhere. I think, it is. It's everywhere. So I really need to. My problem is if too many people recommend something, I go, no, bugger off. And then I'll read it. I'll read it a year later and go, why was I so stubborn not to read it?
I do the same thing, and I'm glad I read it before it started going everywhere, because I would have done the same thing. I'm not reading it then. But it's such a good book. It's just the main character is such a complex character. Thank you, Jude.
Thank you, Jude. I was like, yep, here we go.
Yay.
Oh, you're so fantastic. Thanks, Jude.
She's the best.
Oh, good. She is.
Yeah, it's just Evelyn Hugo is such a complicated character, because so often it's very easy to make a character just very, very likable, which is a beautiful thing to do, and we all like likable characters. But Evelyn is probably one of the more complicated characters, who is presented both with her sides that aren't perfect and the sides of her are fantastic, and often they both complement each other, which is how people work. I mean,
so you had me at flawed character, basically.
Yeah,
I'm a sucker. I'm a total sucker for a flawed character. Yeah. So, okay, it's going back. It's climbing up the list again.
And so much of like 50s, 60s, 70s Hollywood, which is also really fun.
Nice.
And yeah,
Yes.
I highly recommend it. And as someone just said, it's everywhere for a reason. It is a really great book.
Yeah, okay, all right. It
I
can go on my list.
I understand. Or you can read it in Twitter and then yell at us all, like, why didn't you tell me to read it? And
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be me. I'll be going, I just wish more people had suggested it. No.
One more of the 500 I saw, and then I would have realized it's a good book.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah.
So the thing about Tilly, it actually hits quite a few for anyone who's doing Jay's Sapphic reading challenge. It actually hits quite a few of the categories for that as well. I will put the image up. I'm not sure if I can actually put it up in here. No, because it's not letting me. But I will add it in the comments later of all the categories that the book hits, because it's fabulous. Because there's character with an everyday job, friends to lovers, bisexual or pansexual character. Obviously, there's both. If you're not an Aussie or you're not living in Australia, set in a country you don't live in, character is a business owner.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. I was like, ooh, oh, yeah.
Yeah. And perhaps if you're not a big romance reader, a genre you don't usually read, and I'm definitely going to say here, recommended by a friend. Hi, friend. I recommend. Hello.
Friend.
Yes. Yeah. So that's fantastic if anyone's looking for any of those categories, or even if you're not, do Dragon 2 and add it in again, because it's such a great book. I really it's terrible. I've got so many highlighted passages on it. I'm like,
terrible. Every author really loves to keep it. That's not terrible.
And I have to say as well, I love the movie references in there.
Oh, yeah.
Two specifically that are like two of my absolute favorite movies, and I'm just like, oh yeah. So anyone who hasn't read it, or if you have, oh yes, Anna, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Reread a favorite. There you go. Definitely. Absolutely.
You can read content. Also, I should mention now then that I've slashed the price on Amazon. It's pretty much like half price at the moment at $4.99.
Oh, there we go. We'll have to put the link up for that as well. For anyone watching, definitely. Is there a time limit for when that's on sale?
Kind of like maybe another week-ish. It's Amazon because you can't really set a sale on Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon. We all know Amazon is a fun beast. About another week, we'll say that. It's because you can change the price, and it can take 1 day to change. It can take 4 days to change. You never know.
Right. Excellent. So get in there and get it if you haven't already read it. If you have, you can always, get another copy. Definitely reread a favorite. And so what are you working on at the moment? What are you supposed to be working on at the moment?
No, I have a whole free day. I am very happy because on Friday I sent my newest manuscript, Dead Les Walking, to the proofreader.
Yes.
So the zombie is there. No, be excited. I'm very nervous about this one.
I saw the cover and I was like, oh my God, yes.
Also set in Australia.
Oh, excellent.
So there is all the apocalypses are always in America. This one, no.
Yes.
This one's Australia. So yeah. So that I don't need to work on anything. That is at the proofreaders and will hopefully be out at some point soon.
I love this question because I would like to know that too. Will Tilly come out on audio? Yes.
Yes. I signed a contract with Tantor, who produces quite a lot of audios, and They take a little while, I think, in the process, but it is being produced at the moment, and it will be released on audio, which I'm really, really happy about.
Oh, I'm so excited about that. We'll definitely have to put up a link when it does come out. Make sure you definitely throw up a link for it, because that's fantastic. Also, Jude, I'm with you. I cannot wait for the zombie book. I am so excited. I'm a huge spec fic fan. I've only actually started reading romance in like maybe the last 12, 18 months. Yeah, so I'm all about the spec fic. So I'm like, yes, I want more women-loving women spec fic and post-apocalyptic. Brilliant. So bring it on.
It is definitely in that realm. It is absurd. Tim Ashton actually has fantastically had a sneak peek for me to leave some comments. And I think about every third comment was just highlighted with a sentence, and the word grim was put there.
Well, sorry, did you say Claire Ashton?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
For me, yeah. And so yeah, just as a warning to anyone that's not a horror reader, that it's not horror. I mean, it's a zombie, it's horror, but it's not super dark. It's much more. Yeah. There's a lot of humor in there and stuff to balance it out.
Is it more Shaun of the Dead tendencies?
Possibly, yeah. It could be more like that.
I'm just such a fan of you that I didn't have to explain what Shaun of the Dead was. That's just fabulous.
Go.
Jude was just wondering, do we know who the new narrator is?
No, I still don't, it's just, I don't know why this part has just taken a little while from Tantor, but as soon as I do, I will announce it on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you, Jude.
Yes, absolutely. Please do. Because I can't wait. It's just going to be so fun to listen to it.
I'm just very happy that it's happening. Being like, because it was coming out self-published, I wasn't sure I would be able to make it work with an audiobook, which I think a lot of people know that it can be a bit of a issue with getting audiobooks produced. And so I was very, very happy that this was happening.
Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely brilliant news. Such a great thing. That's awesome. And now, where can people find you to follow you and find your books, not stalk you at all?
I was like, well, I'm in Spain.
Online, sorry.
On Facebook, what is my name on Facebook? G Benson author?
Yeah, I believe so. Author G Benson, maybe?
Author G. I know my own social media. I'm great at this. I'm an author. Author G Benson.
Oh my gosh, you cracked me up.
It's Author G Benson. Wow, you knew that and I didn't. That's good. Author G Benson on Facebook. I am much more active though on Twitter, which is, I have checked now, at Author Benson. I am a lot more active on Twitter. Also, my website is g-benson.com, which I do update regularly now. I am trying to be much better at the social media thing.
Excellent. No, so it's g.benson, is it? Or
G dash.
And is it .com? There you go, for anyone. Go g-benson.com. Yeah. To find, and that's great that you're updating that more, because yay, it's so exciting.
I used to write blog posts, but I'm very bad at that. So now I just more update it in general with my books that are coming out. I can't blog post regularly.
Oh, that's fine. It's amazing as you get into it, just how busy and how much work away from writing you actually have. Yeah, there's so much more than just the writing.
It really is. It's just sometimes I can spend 4 hours updating my website and trying to make posts and images and things, and you're like, oh wow, that was an entire afternoon and I didn't write a single word.
Yeah. How do you manage that? Like, do you have set times that you write?
Because I was working full-time before, teaching English as a foreign language over here. Wow. And so I really jumped into NaNoWriMo, which, if no one knows, is National Novel Writing Month in November. And the idea is you write 50,000 words in a month, which is a lot.
It's 1,667 words a day.
Exactly. And that's that's how I would just really, I don't know, get into it in November. But now I've actually managed to switch to part-time work. And so I just balance the two a lot better now, the last year or so.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lucky to be able to do that.
I just want to say thank you so much for joining us today. It's been absolutely lovely chatting to you.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no worries. And
anyway, for putting my Facebook down because I don't know my own Facebook name.
Yes, there's the Facebook.
Thank you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And thank you for having me. And once again, congratulations on your debut novel.
Thank you.
Everyone can check it out.
Yes, it was. It's don't check it out if you want romance. Sorry, guys, it's dark fantasy.
That solves it.
But, you know,
go check it out.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic! But yes, if you haven't read, oh my gosh, I just had a mind. The Thing About Tilly. I just wanted to say, I don't know. All I can think was Tilly. The Thing About Tilly. Go get it, especially from Amazon now as it's on sale. You won't regret it. It's such a fantastic book with this just brilliant pacing, this balance of angst and humor, and you'll just want to come visit Australia, and it's beautiful. So come.
Yeah. And as soon as the pandemic's over, everyone go visit.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Well, and thanks everyone for watching and for joining in, and we'll see you all later. Bye.
Bye.